Ozark Highlands Radio is brought to you by the Ozark Folk Center State Park in Mountain View, Arkansas. A wonderful way to enjoy yesterday. On the web at ozarkfolkcenter.com. And by Stone Bank, a community bank supporting entrepreneurs and farmers nationwide with loans guaranteed by the USDA, SBA, and Farm Services Agency. Learn more at stonebank.com. And the Arkansas Arts Council, empowering the arts for the benefit of all Arkansans. On the web at arkansasarts.org. And by the Committee of 100 for the Ozark Folk Center, preserving Ozark folk culture since 1974 through music roots, craft apprenticeships, and the Heritage Herb Garden. Learn more at ofc100.org.
Howdy, folks. This is Dave Smith, host of Ozark Highlands Radio. Welcome to our show. On this week's show, we feature a retrospective of the third season of Ozark Highlands Radio with a variety of outstanding performances recorded live right here in Mountain View, Arkansas. Our producer, Jeff Glover, and I will provide context and commentary for this captivating collection. Also a throwback to our legendary vault keeper, Mark Jones. Plus, author and professor Dr. Brooks Blevins discusses the history of bears in the Ozarks. That's this week on Ozark Highlands Radio. Ozark Highlands Radio producer Jeff Glover and I spend a lot of time sitting around in the studio just talking about past shows. We're now in our 10th season, and we talked the other day about past seasons, and one of those was the third season and some of the outstanding music that we produced at that time. So I thought this week I'd get with Jeff and we would talk a little bit about some of these and maybe listen to some of this past music. So let's head down to the vault and see Jeff.
Well, hello, Dave.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, you're early this week.
Well, I am. I know, but we got a lot to talk about.
That's right. We're going to talk about season 3.
That's right.
Right. Yeah, I got a whole collection of stuff to listen to. You're going to love it, man.
I just remember that was an outstanding season, and we just had some great music.
We've had a lot of great music in here over the years, and season 3 was no exception, yeah. First, I want to play for you a guy that played here named A.J. Croce.
Ah, Jim Croce's son.
Jim Croce's son. In fact, here he's playing one of his father's songs. It's called Working at the Car Wash Blues.
Oh, I remember hearing that on the radio years ago with Jim Croce singing it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want to hear it?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Prison doing 90 days for non-support. Trying to find an executive position, but no matter how smooth I talk, they wouldn't listen to the fact that I was a genius. Old man said we got all that we can use. Now I'm steadily depressing, low down my message, working at the car wash blue. Should be sitting in an air-conditioned office with a swivel chair, talking some ties to a secretary, say, hey now mama, come on over here. Stuff can't rub on this fender with a rag. Been soggy old shoe, Lord I got that steadily depressing, low down my mess and working at the car wash blue. Smoking on a big cigar. Till I get myself straight, you know I just have to wait. In my rubber suit, rub on this car. Oh, but all I can do is to shake my head, and you might not believe that it's true. But working at this indoor Niagara Falls, and someone discovered how you. So baby, don't expect to see me with no double martini in my highbrow society blue. Lord, I got that steadily depressing, low down my mess, and working at the car wash blues. Let me play. Society news, Lord, I got them steadily depressing, low down my mess and working out the car
Well, that's a fun song.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, I guess back when it was on the radio, I never really paid a lot of attention to the lyrics, but that's a well-written song.
Yeah, it's really, really good stuff.
Well, thanks, Jeff. What else you got?
Next, we have a guy named Alasdair Fraser, and he played here with a lady named Natalie Haas. It's a fiddle and cello duo.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Alasdair. He's a member of the Scottish Traditional Music Hall of Fame. Just a great fiddle player.
Here, he's doing a tune by a guy named Hamish Henderson from 1960 called The Freedom Come All Ye.
Ooh, let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, and that's Natalie Haas playing the cello, huh?
That's right. That's exactly
beautiful.
Right.
That's symphonic music right here at the Ozark Folk Center.
It is absolutely gorgeous, yeah. Next, we have a guy named Hubby Jenkins.
Oh, yeah, formerly of the Carolina Chocolate Drops.
That's exactly right, of the Carolina Chocolate Drops. And here, he's playing slide guitar and doing a couple of traditional gospel songs. Keep Your Lamps Trimmed and Burning, and by I'm going to see the King.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yeah.
Trimmed and burning, trimmed and burning, trimmed and burning. Just see what my God has done. Brother, don't get worried. Brother, don't brother, don't get worried. Work is almost done. It's almost over. It's almost over. It's almost over. Just see what my God has done. Elder, don't get worried. Mother, don't get worried. Elder, don't get worried. Work is almost done. I'm gonna see the King, Lordy, by and by. I'm gonna see the King, by and I'm gonna see the King. Well, I wouldn't mind dying, I'm a child of God. Ezekiel saw the wheel way in the middle of the air. He saw the wheel. Ezekiel saw the wheel in the middle of the wheel. Well, I wouldn't mind dying if that was all. That it's by and I'm gonna see the King, Lordy, by and by. I'm gonna see the King, by and I'm gonna see the King. Well, I wouldn't mind dying if that was all. After you got to stand the test. After you got to stand the test. Well, I wouldn't mind dying if that was all.
Oh, a couple of great songs.
It's stirring music.
Hubby's played on our stage a number of times over the years.
He's been here a few times.
Great musician.
Always great. Next, we have the Savoy Family Cajun Band.
Oh, aye.
Aye. Yeah, they're from Eunice, Louisiana. They've been doing this a long time, probably one of the more famous groups in Cajun music. Here they're doing a tune called Adieu Rosa.
Oh, let's hear this one.
Yeah.
pas dimanche, je lève ma langue. Demain c'est pas dimanche, je lève ma langue. À Rosa, demain c'est pas dimanche, je lève ma langue. Ça Rosa, je lève ma langue.
Nothing like Cajun music. It's got music of its own, isn't it?
It is. It's rousing.
Yeah.
Get you going. Absolutely.
Jeff, it's time for a short break. I'll see you back here in a minute. You're listening to Ozark Highlands Radio. Welcome back to Ozark Highlands Radio. Well, you know, this week we're doing a segment in the vault. It makes me think about vault segments of the past. And the original keeper of the vault on Ozark Highlands Radio was none other than Mark Jones, a good friend and a good banjo player, the son of the famous Grandpa and Ramona Jones. Since we're going back in time, let's go back and listen to a vault segment with Mark.
Dave, I've got one for you. This one is one Mark did featuring David Prine, who's the brother of John Prine.
Okay.
Hey, Dave, come on in.
Well, hello, Mark. How's things going down here?
It's going good.
Well, you've got stacks of stuff, as usual, down
I
here.
sure do. There's a lot of material down here. I just sit and listen all the time.
Well, like this one. What's this?
Well, Dave, let's look at that. It's a recording of a fella that came here, and he and a couple of buddies of his. It's David Prine.
Yeah, I know David. I've been fishing with him a couple times down on the White River. He comes here to fish. He's, I believe, the brother of John Prine.
Yeah. You know, we're always talking about how music runs in families and all that, and how, you know, a lot of people, they'll have 2 or 3 brothers that all play instruments, different instruments, and some of them write songs, and that's one of the cases there. John's a great songwriter, but his brother, David, he's a mighty fine musician, too.
Yes, he is. I've picked with him on the porch down there on the court square a few times.
He's got his buddies with him, Paul Breidenbach and also Tyler Wilson. And, boy, they do a real good old Norman Blake song. It's a great recording.
Well, I do love Norman Blake songs. He's a fairly contemporary songwriter. He's been writing for, 30 or 40 years, and he writes songs just like they were done 100 years ago.
100 years ago.
Well, let's hear it.
All right.
Well, gather down, boys, let me tell you some noise. It's a fresh up to you, it's true. It's been a long, long time since 38. Lordy, I'm a telling you, it's a too-tight shoe. Got the Southern Railroad. Well, crossing lines with these modern times, for me it's a-getting hard. I wish I was back in Sulphur Springs, down at the section yard. Would do. I got the Southern Railroad off Picketty. Well, gold watch chains, black coal-fired trains, and men in overhauls, working that track down to hell and back, and drinking alcohol. Oh, Four Roses too. I got the Southern Railroad. Well, I'm sitting in the kitchen just a-chewing and a-bitching, good people and telling lies. Back in 32 when the trestle fell through, and Jimmy Joe Raglan died. Engine 302. Got the Southern Railroad blues. I'll pick that dog now. Well, the times are tough, Lord, the tracks are rough. I go drive it every day. Max and Donald boys done bought up the land way down on the freeway. They're coming through. I got the Southern Railroad. Every day we must in Washington trust. Too late for me, it's true. Well, I guess I'll live until I die, and God knows I'm through. I'm leaving you. I got the Southern Railroad.
Well, that's a good old tune, all right. I like that dobro in there.
It's great dobro playing.
Yeah. For those who don't know, a dobro is kind of like a guitar with a hubcap glued to the top of it, and it's played with a slide. That's where you get those slidey sounds that go up and down. I bet that was Breidenbach probably playing the dobro on that.
I think so. I think it was.
And what a great song.
Good deal.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot. That's good to hear Dave Prine again after all these years.
Thank you, Dave. I'm glad you came down to hear it.
I'll see you next week.
All right.
Yeah, David's a good musician of his own right, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's great to hear Mark's voice again.
Yes, it is. Boy, there's nobody like Mark.
Next, I've got the April Verch Band. She's, as you know, from Ottawa Valley, Canada.
That's right. A lady who can play the fiddle and step dance up a storm at the same time. Mm-hmm. Not many can do that.
She is award-winning, world-famous, probably one of the best-known old-time fiddlers around, I would imagine.
Yes.
Here she's doing a medley of traditional tunes called The Steamboat Reel and Billy and the Lowground.
A couple fine tunes. Let's hear it. that gal can sure play the fiddle, can't she?
She's great, and that's keen. I like that.
It is keen. She's a great musician.
Yeah. Next, I have Molsky's Mountain Drifters, Bruce Molsky, doing a traditional drinking song called Let Me Fall. You want to hear it?
Sure, absolutely.
I get drunk, I get drunk, I get drunk, little girl, take me home. Oh me, oh my, just let me fall, little girl, let me fall. If I lose, oh, if I lose, little girl, let me lose. If I lose $100 while I'm trying to win a dime, for my baby, she's got money all the time. Take me home, just carry me home, little girl, carry me home. Oh me, oh my, just let me fall, little girl, let me fall. Oh me, oh my, just let me fall, little girl, let me fall. Thank you.
Oh, that's a great tune. An electric tune, I would call it.
Yeah, that'll get you going.
Yeah, Bruce from, I believe he's from the Bronx in New York, and now he's a world-famous old-time fiddler.
That's right. Yeah, here he was joined by banjoist Allison DeGroot and guitarist and singer Stash Weislausch.
Aha.
Yeah.
All the good names are taken.
They are. Next, I've got the Downhill Strugglers doing The Lone Prairie, which is a traditional cowboy song. You want to hear it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. These words came low and mournfully from the pallid lips of a youth who lay on his dying bed at the close of day. He'd wailed in pain till over his brow reach that gate. Oh, bury me not, but his voice fell there, and we paid no heed to his dying prayer. In an narrow grave, 6 by 3, we buried him there in the lone prairie. Now as the cowboys roam the plain to mark the spot where the boy was lain, throw a handful of roses on his grave and pray to God for a soul to save. In a long graveyard I'll soon be laid, and it won't be long till my grave is made. In that bright land where my loved ones lay, there's a place for me when I reach that gate.
Yeah, that's a good old cowboy song for sure.
That's a really authentic sound they've got there.
They do, you know, for being from Brooklyn, New York, they pull it off pretty well.
They sure do. They were featured on the soundtrack to the Coen brothers film Inside Llewellyn Davis.
Really?
Yeah. Next, I have a guy who's played here many, many times. We call him an Ozark original. I guess he's from the Ozarks. His name is Willie Carlisle, and here he's doing a ballad called Cotton Mill Colic.
Oh, sure. Willie's from up in Fayetteville.
I believe so, yeah.
That's right, and gotten to be quite a famous musician. He's been all over the world.
Yeah, he's been playing everywhere. Yeah, you want to hear it?
I do.
This is Willie Carlisle doing the Cotton Mill Colic.
Let me tell you people something that's true. When you work at the mill, tell you what you gotta do. Get up in the morning before daylight, labor all day until it gets night. You work all day and get pale in the face, standing so long in the same darn place. Long comes the boss, hard as he can tear, wants you to think he's a grizzly bear. It's ash to ashes, dust to dust, let the poor man live and the rich man bust. Some people run all the mill folk down. Mill folk people make the world go around. They have a little drink, have a little fun. When everything's done, they rake out the mun. I left the mountains when I was a strip. Never will forget that awful trip. Walked all day behind an apple wagon. When I got to town, my pants was a dragging. Ash to ashes and dust to dust. Let the poor man live, the rich man bust. When wintertime comes, there's heck to pay. Go to the boss, gonna have to say, well, I need a load of wood, boy, I need a ton of coal. If everything's bad, I'll go in the hole. Gotta buy groceries at some chain store. Can't afford for to pay no more. If I don't starve, I'm a son of a gun, 'cause you can't buy beans without no money. It's ash to ashes, dust to dust, to let the poor man live and the rich man bust. Ash to ashes and a dust to dust, let the poor man live and the rich man bust.
Oh, that's a good song.
That's an honest sound right there.
Do you know when that was written?
It was written in 1926 by a guy named David McCarn.
Wow, still topical today.
I would say so, yeah.
You know, I think it's time for us to take another short break. Jeff, when we come back, let's hear what Brooks Blevins has to say about bears in the Ozarks. This is Ozark Highlands Radio. Welcome back to Ozark Highlands Radio. Author and historian Brooks Blevins is back to give us some information about bears in the Ozarks.
It's almost never a good idea to adopt a wild animal and raise it as a pet, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from doing it. In the old days, it wasn't unheard of for folks to kill a sow bear and take a cub home for the kids to play with. Deer were popular objects of domestication. And there's at least one story in which a wild animal turned pet may just have saved the lives of a family of humans in the old Ozarks. According to a story related to Ozark story collector Silas Turnbow, it was in the early 1800s, somewhere on Crooked Creek in north-central Arkansas, that a family by the name of Kazee caught a buffalo calf and decided to rear it like they would any other member of the bovine family, keeping it tied to a stake behind the log house. One evening when the patriarch was away on a hunt, his wife and small children received an unsolicited visit from a hungry black bear. The bear forced its way into the cabin's one room and ransacked the place while Mrs. Kazee and the kids cowered beneath the puncheon floor in a tiny cellar. At the very moment that old Bruin discovered the trap door and began tugging against Maul's desperate attempts to keep it shut, the tantalizing ball of the young buffalo penetrated the log walls and pricked the bear's ears. Sometime later, his meal of fresh buffalo beef consumed, the bear disappeared into the cane thicket whence he came, and the Kazees survived to embellish the encounter. So goes the story, and I'm certain the last feller who told it was convinced it was the gospel truth. In this second part of our series on wildlife, we'll head back to the old Ozarks to take a look at Ursus americanus, the black bear. Bears were common in the Ozarks when the first American settlers made their way into the heart of the region in the early 1800s. This was especially true in the rugged Boston Mountains and White River Hills of northern Arkansas, and Arkansas carried the nickname the Bear State into the 20th century. Bear meat, especially when cooked by someone who knew how to do it, was considered a delicacy, and bears were central to the frontier economy. On his visit to the Ozarks in 1818, Henry Rowe Schoolcraft observed that traders paid $1.50 for a full bear hide, 6 times as much as for a deer hide, only 50 cents less than a beaver pelt. The bear's fat was even more valuable. Americans in those days used this fat, or grease as it was usually called, for lighting oil, hair gel, and even insect repellent. At one time, there was a bear fat rendering plant on White River at about the state line between Missouri and Arkansas. In fact, the most popular explanation for how the little town of Old Trough on the lower White River got its name involves the old bear fat rendering business. The troughs, or hollowed-out logs that bear hunters used to hold the bear oil, were carried downstream during high waters and often washed ashore in the wide bottoms where the river came rushing out of the hills and into the flatlands. Old Trough is located in just such a place. In the old Ozarks, perhaps no character was more renowned than the bear hunter. My own third great-grandfather and his brother, Andrew and Blair Walker, were memorialized in regional lore as great and great big bear hunters, pretty much the only thing we know about them today. The boldest bear hunters, and perhaps the most foolhardy, were known to follow a fleeing bear into a narrow cave with only a knife to claim their prey. Others perfected the art of the so-called still hunt, sneaking up on a bear scratching through leaves in search of mast. The bear and bear hunter made their way into the region's literary record as well. German explorer Friedrich Gerstecker wrote about his close call with a wounded Bruin in the Boston Mountains of Madison County, Arkansas in 1842, and about his trusty dog named Bear's Grease. Humorist C.F.M. Nolan's fictional alter ego Pete Whetstone tussled with a bear more than once, as did Jim Doggett, the hunter hero of the era's most famous short story, The Big Bear of Arkansas. More than half a century later, Albert Bigelow Paine's children's story, Arkansas Bear, A Tale of Fanciful Adventure, made peace between man and beast. In this classic, a boy named Bocephus and a talking, fiddle-playing bear named Horatio become close friends and travel the country entertaining audiences with Horatio's lively version of the old tune Arkansas Traveler. But real bears were practically gone from the Ozarks by the time Paine's book entertained children around the turn of the 20th century. Old Isaac Coonrod Wishon of Newton County, Arkansas, later claimed to have helped kill the last known black bear in those mountains in 1885. Today, black bears roam the hills of the Ozarks once again, thanks to the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, which began restocking remote places like Newton County in 1959. You may just spot one on your next drive to the Ozark Folk Center here in Mountain View. Unfortunately, we don't have a recording of Horatio the Bear playing his favorite fiddle tune, but here's a good replacement. We'll let the late Molsky Kent from Sharp County, Arkansas, take us out with his rendition of Arkansas Traveler from an old recording in the John Quincy Wolfe Folklore Collection, courtesy of Lyon College.
Thanks, Brooks. Well, Jeff, what else you got from our third season at Ozark Highlands Radio?
Dave, this one is featuring Pam Setser, who is definitely an Ozark original.
Absolutely.
And has played here at the Folk Center probably every week forever.
That's
I
right.
would imagine.
Yeah.
She's playing with a group called the Ozark Granny Chicks, doing a tune that she wrote called Crooked Ridge.
I remember this tune. It's a dandy. Let's hear it.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a fine tune, isn't it?
That's uplifting, I would say. That
Yes,
is
sir.
definitely bright.
Yeah.
This next one is not so bright. This is a song written by Noah Wall, who's the lead singer of a band called the Barefoot Movement.
Oh, I remember when they were here, and Noah is a great singer. I love her voice.
Great singer, great fiddle player, great songwriter.
Yep.
This is a song called Martha's Song about a woman who worked as a nurse during the Vietnam War. Here you go.
There you are in green, you're green and your face is young like mine. etched in stone.
Jeff, that is such a poignant and haunting song.
Yeah, it's beautiful and also heartbreaking. Let's pick things up again.
Okay.
Next, I have for you a mandolin duet by two mandolin players that are about as good as they come, and local guys, Brad Apple and Sam Cobb, doing a tune called Liberty.
Oh, that's a good old square dance tune from across the Ozarks.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Well, that's a peppy tune now.
Peppy is the word. Yes.
Yeah.
The next one and our final tune for this show is by the Paul Brock Band. He's from Ennis, County Clare, Ireland, and here he's performing a tune called The Mason's Apron.
Oh, what a great tune that was. I remember when the Paul Brack Band came here, they got off the plane and came right up here to the Folk Center and played. They still had their Irish clothes on when they were here. Well, Jeff, thank you very much for bringing us these tunes from our third season.
That's my pleasure.
And thank you, folks, for listening to Ozark Highlands Radio, and I hope we see you again next week. I'm your host, Dave Smith. Take care, everybody.
Ozark Highlands Radio is produced by Jeff Glover. Executive producer is Darren Dorton. Additional support for this program comes from Arkansas State Parks, a division of the Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism, with 52 unique reasons to visit the natural state. On the web at arkansasstateparks.com. The Committee of 100 proudly supporting the Ozark Folk Center State Park since 1974. And by Stone Bank with roots in Mountain View, Arkansas. Stone Bank is a proud supporter of heritage musicians and small towns across America, with government-guaranteed loans for farmers, entrepreneurs, and communities. More information available at stonebank.com. For information on upcoming shows and events, we are on the web at ozarkhighlandsradio.com. Until next time, I'm Donna Farrar.